You make public safety so bad, you vilify the police, you make it so Washington state has the fewest number of police officers per capita of any state in the nation, you pass laws in Olympia that are designed to erode public safety, to handcuff police, like the police pursuit law, et cetera, and then things get so bad, what do? Well, we know the formula by now, right? Things are so bad, people are desperate, so then you come out and say, well, we will make you feel safe. All you got to do is give us more money. This segment is brought to you by Eastside Weight Loss Clinic. I'm down 37 pounds on the program, and I lost most of that weight in just 2 months. There's no prepackaged meals, no counting calories, no drugs or injections. Schedule your free 15-minute consultation today at eastsideweightlossclinic.com. It's my tinfoil hat thing. It's one of the things conspiracies I've really come to believe is true, is that the government is intentionally making you less safe and eroding public safety so they can extort you for more money. Period. That's what they're doing with the homelessness crisis. That's what they've done with the drug crisis. If their mission was to intentionally make things worse, would they be doing anything different than they're doing right now? I don't think so. So you make a homeless crisis worse. Jay Inslee comes out and says, I need $4 billion for more housing because housing is the solution to homelessness, which it's not. You know, the same with the fentanyl crisis. Hey, let's de facto legalize the very drugs that have thrown us into a drug crisis. And then let's turn around and ask for money to build these facilities for people to get help. It's insane stuff. The exact same thing is happening with police staffing and public safety. You make public safety so bad, you vilify the police, you make it so Washington state has the fewest number of police officers per capita of any state in the nation, you pass laws in Olympia that are designed to erode public safety, to handcuff police, like the police pursuit law, et cetera, and then things get so bad, what do? Well, we know the formula by now, right? Things are so bad, people are desperate, so then you come out and say, well, we will make you feel safe. All you got to do is give us more money. And I've knocked Bob Ferguson for this, among many other things, for coming out and anointing himself the public safety candidate, as if that makes any sense in the world, and saying that he's going to fix the public safety and police staffing crisis with what? With more money.
In my first budget as governor, we're going to put together a budget that invests $100 million. So local jurisdictions, your cities, your counties, the folks who hire most of the police officers across our state can use those dollars for increased salaries, for signing bonuses. That gets first responders on the streets. That helps solve crimes.
That is the dumbest thing I've heard in a long time when it comes to police staffing. And it's not a surprise because, again, it's a formula, right? $100 million will not do anything to increase the staffing levels in the Seattle Police Department, at least not in some sort of meaningful way. They're already very well paid. You will not find a single Seattle police officer. I challenge you, Bob Ferguson. You will not find a single Seattle police officer who left because of money. 100% guaranteed you're not going to find it. They left because of the political environment that was making it more difficult and more dangerous for them to do their jobs. And they left because of the utter disrespect of people like you. You have a lot of Seattle police officers who make over $200,000 a year. I mean, frankly, as they should. And a lot of them have to pick up a lot of overtime because there aren't enough people out on the streets. So money isn't the issue. You can't buy, I've said it once, I've said it twice. You can't buy their dignity, you can't buy their respect, and you can't buy their lives. And especially as an attorney general who prosecuted police officers for murder to try to add to his resume before he ran for governor, there is no price, frankly, that you can put on their heads to get them to come work for you. Bottom line, Bob, that's ridiculous. He knows it. He's just throwing out these things. But that isn't stopping other very progressive areas from trying this exact same tactic. We've seen ever since the police defunding debate, just the specter of police defunding, just the conversation, the idea that we would need to defund the police or abolish the police, and the oxygen that got for 2-3 years was enough to have people rethinking the profession or moving to states where that hostile political environment didn't exist. So it didn't take very long after 2020 for cities and counties to start to realize, well, gosh, we've got to do something to try to keep these officers here. So why don't we just try to give them more money? Let's give them retention bonuses. Literally, if you don't quit, we'll give you more money, right? Let's give them hiring bonuses for new recruits, or let's give lateral bonuses. Hey, if we can get an already fully trained, qualified officer to come here from another agency by luring them with a big fat check, like, let's do that. Has it helped? Has it helped? Anybody? Anybody? Of course not. You might have a few here and there, but, in the instance of lateral bonuses, you're robbing Peter to pay Paul. You might have an officer who's maybe unhappy with the agency they're working, or hell, wants to move anyway. Like, hey, I'm moving somewhere else in the state anyway, so I'm going to get this big fat lateral bonus, but I was going to move anyway. But again, you're robbing Peter to pay Paul. It's not increasing the number of police officers we have per capita. It's just moving them around. Just like checkers. Makes no sense. But because we have these politicians who made things so bad, and now they want to convince us that money is the path out of this, as opposed to, like respecting the men and women who do these difficult, dangerous jobs. City of Seattle just passed. Even I don't agree with this. Frankly, I never thought I'd say that about this. They just passed $50,000 lateral bonuses for transfers for officers. I never thought I'd say this in my life. I tend to agree with like socialist councilwoman Tammy Morales that this is kind of crazy. Here's what she said.
I'm concerned that this legislation privileges SPD over every other city worker by increasing their hiring bonus to the amount of about a down payment on a house in this city where too many people can barely afford rent. Right now, we should be discussing how our human services workers get the 7% pay increase that they secured last year. This budget makes that almost impossible to do at this point. Meanwhile, SPD officers saw a 23% pay increase, making them one of the most competitive departments in the country already.
Now, I don't agree with some of her sentiment there, as if like the Seattle Police Department shouldn't be one of the most competitive departments in the country, that they shouldn't be incentivized given the fact that you have such a shortage above other city agencies. But I agree with the overall sentiment that $50,000 is ludicrous. I'm sorry, potential future lateral transfers to the Seattle Police Department. But now we're just like throwing numbers out in the air and seeing what sticks, and it's not the problem. That was never the problem. You've got agencies, and then they all try to one-up each other. It's like, we're going to do a 10,000. Well, we're doing 20. Well, we're doing 30. Well, we're doing 40. Well, we're doing 50. And the problem is still bad. You're still down 700 officers because money is not the problem. That's so asinine. Like, open your eyes, right? You know what's the problem? The problem is that Seattle's sitting mayor, who came into office saying he was going to support the police, he was going to defend the police, he was going to have their back, he was going to restore faith in the police, he was going to restore public safety. The problem is you got politicians like him who turn around and apparently endorse the campaign of a police abolitionist.
We're happy to have the support of the actual 43rd Legislative District Democrats. Proud to be supported in this race as well by Planned Parenthood, by the Washington State Council of Firefighters, and actually by the mayor of Seattle as well.
Sean Scott says you endorsed him for a state legislature run.
Come on, man.
I just wanted to ask.
You're recording right now, right?
Yeah, but is it a yes or a no?
I'm not going to answer anything right now.
Oh, yeah. Is it a yes or a no? Well, I won't answer that simple yes or no question. It's because he's supporting the campaign of a police abolitionist who supported cop cars being lit on fire during the Summer of Love in 2020. And it's like, oh, and you think you can have a mayor who does that? What a betrayal. And then it's like, yeah, but we're going to give people $50,000 to come here. That's, I hate to say it, it sounds crazy. That's not enough. I don't know what the number would be for them to sell their loyalty and their safety and all of that. I mean, it's like, why don't you just give them $1 million? Is it that bad? Or maybe you start respecting them. You start understanding that the vast majority of law enforcement officers get into the profession to protect people, to enforce the law. Let's let them do that. Let's make sure that they have our support when they do their jobs in good faith, as they do the vast majority of the time. And let's not outright vilify an entire profession because a couple morons occasionally across the country ruin it for everybody else. And for the love of God, let's not put someone in the governor's office who prosecutes police officers for fun. $50,000, you guys have lost your minds.